soon.
Yeah. Have I worn that one yet?
Haven't seen it this season.
Haven't seen it yet?
Yeah.
All right, I'll wear that one
You're waiting
next
for the
week.
playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. We got.
Talk about playing the Saints division. This is a big game for this ball program, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. I mean, you got spot on. Anytime you have a divisional opponent, it's a big game. And we know the history of this game over the last couple of years, and what it's kind of meant. We know it's going to be a hard-fought game. We know they're going to bring it, but we're going to bring it as well.
Does this carry a little more weight, though, given the fact that you're probably not going to see a lot of the NFC South opponents till later in the year?
Mm-hmm.
This is a chance to kind of maybe take control of the division early on if you win this game.
I think in a way you can look at it like that, but at the same time, like, we still have to play them, the same amount of times, right? Like, we play all of them twice, so, our goal is to win the division, and it's going to be a big step towards that.
Go through New Orleans, though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we won the division the last couple of years, so it goes through us.
Okay.
What did you learn in the Eagles game that you can carry forth against the Saints this week?
I mean, we obviously we have to start a lot better, right? We can't come out there and start the way that we did, especially offensively, and expect to be a good Saints team, right? Like, they're always a good team. They're always going to be ready defensively. Like, we got to be on our P's and Q's and make sure we're executing at a high level from the beginning of the game. So we just have to do a much better job of that.
What about for a guy like Mike that he can do then to get out to that faster start?
I think just like, sometimes it's just as simple as taking the gimmies, right? Like, if a team allows you to do something, we have to take those. But, we just have to be on the same page offensively, like offensive line, quarterback, receivers, running back. Like, we have to be balanced. We have to be able to attack people in more than one, facet of the game. And I think it's on all of us to do that. It's not any one guy. It's not, any play calls or anything. We just got to go out there. We got to be better.
What about for a guy like Mike, where he does have a history with this team, and at times it's cost him, it's cost you guys? Just what do you say as a close friend and as a teammate to kind of help him stay focused on the task at hand, because it is such a big one?
I mean, to be honest, there's not really anything to say. Like, Mike, he's a pro. Like, we understand his past with this team, but we also know that he's not going in there with the intention of doing anything to hurt himself or the team. So there's nothing really to be said. He knows what he has to do, and every time we go in there, the goal is to win the game. And Mike being on the field really helps us win games.
I was going to say, for 3 touchdowns in the first 3 games, he's off to a really fast start. Second most touchdowns he's had in a 3-game span to start his season. Just what do you see from him when you're out there kind of watching tape, and what's it meant to have a guy like that out there that's been so dependable?
I mean, I feel like it may be one of the hotter starts that he's had, but he's always he's been the same Mike, I feel like whenever he goes out there, he's trying to take advantage of the opportunities. I feel like he always has the ability to go deep and to make these big splash plays. It's those opportunities have presented themselves so far this season, and he's taken advantage of a lot of them. And we don't expect anything different from him moving forward, right? Like I said, he's a consummate pro. So when he goes out there, you expect Mike to be Mike, and it's on the other team to do something to stop it.
Chris, what do you like about going up? They play some man coverage. Lattimore will do that. He's an outstanding player.
Yeah.
What's it like when you get in those hand-to-hand combats?
Yeah, it's always fun whenever you go against a team that wants to play man coverage, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's man-to-man, right? And it's may the best man win.
Yeah.
And typically whenever you have 2 good teams, you're gonna be trading blows, and at the end, it's whoever can capitalize at the end of the game. So. It's always a fun time. Whenever we get to play the Saints, you go into that stadium and it's
you know what you're gonna get.
You know what you're getting into. Those fans they have that stadium rocking. There's no windows in there. It's like they go in and they lock the doors behind you, and it's just you and your guys. You go into battle and let's figure it out.
Yeah.
You're not going against him, but Jameis is likely going to be the starter for the Saints. Just adds to the drama with this matchup.
Yeah, I feel like somehow it always ends up that way, right? Somehow Jameis ends up in the game, and it's like a fun little joke with us. But we still got a lot of love for Jameis. We spent a couple years with him personally here. And he's still a friend of mine. So anytime he's on the field, I'm happy for him because he's a good dude and he works his ass off.
When you face a secondary and a defense like that Eagles one that you just faced, you've got Pro Bowlers in that group. Just how can that prepare you to go up against another really tough defense like this New Orleans one?
I mean, I guess you just kind of take it one week at a time, right? The league is full of talented guys. Every week you're going to get somebody that's a Pro Bowler or an All-Pro. It's littered everywhere. There's talent across the league, and that's probably one of the better things in my opinion about playing in this day and age. Is the skill level is spread across the league, so well. Like there's a lot of parity, and like it makes it really interesting every time you go up and get ready for the next team. Like you said, last week we played, a team that had a couple All-Pros, like in the defensive backfield. They had a bunch of studs up front, and they make it really challenging. But that just shows us that we got to make sure that we're on our P's and Q's this week, because it's the same thing. All-Pros, in the back end, some really great guys up front. Some really experienced linebackers. I think DeMario's probably one of the better ones in the league. So it's going to be a challenge for us. We just got to be ready for it.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.